forceful grip, they forcing misinfo that we absorbing quick. Took the people's signature to mean extorted it. They forging it if news anchors informants who informing them there's a surplus, but they tell us there are shortages. Credit economy mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this: we porting ships, important gifts. Of course it is, but extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks. We ignoring which informing this, informant this. It looked like we were snoring tricked. Pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder is it real? Rappers actors say they high, say they sip with pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up just to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder is it real?
In a world. All right, I hope that the service is a little better than the last time. Look, dude, I bought this stupid little. This is supposed to be awesome. This is supposed to be the best they offer. I got it just for you guys. The service be trash, bruh. Anyway, what's up, everybody? The revolution will be guided. You can believe that. So, will it be televised? Honestly, probably, because it's gonna be all part of the plan. So trust the plan. Yeah, what's up, all legends in the chat? I wanted to go do a little earlier stream to not intervene with my girl Karen B's stream. So anyway, let me go ahead and read a couple of the donations that we got. Mariah, thank you very much for the donation. It's much appreciated. Gracias. And Marie, thank you very much for the very, very generous donation. It means a lot, and I appreciate it more than I can put in words. You have friends between, I don't really know if people want me to read all this, to be honest, but you have friends between one location and another location. Small homestead, should you need us. Keep building community and keep obeying Abba. Choose this day whom you will serve. Thank you very much. Much love. And it's you guys that make the tour possible. Someone hit me up the other day, and they were saying, just so you know, when I donate to you, I have to make it go to the tour. It's for anything that you need. I'm like, bro, all my own money's going to the tour too, brother. I literally just sold all my possessions, like literally just emptied out my house and sold it for like a steal. The Jesuits are sabotaging your streams. Audio is a problem. Oh no. Can anybody else here? Hammer down. Finally can make it live. I like that early. Sweet, bro. Can I get is the audio okay, yes or no?
Audio's good with the camera.
Okay. Well, so the camera's no good, and there's nothing I can do about it. Trust me, I get it too. I hate streams that are bad quality. But like I said, like this is supposed to be balling out, and it's clearly not. It's clearly not balling out. So what can I do? Sorry. We're gonna get into the gravy anyway. Deal with it. In my day, You'd be lucky if you could even understand them on the radio. Nowadays, these damn millennials, they just want everything perfect. Mine was choppy. It's okay now. Word. You sound like Austin. What's it? I heard about that guy. What's up, Flatter Day Saint? Go check out my boy Flatter Day Saint on YouTube. He's hilarious, bro. I was watching some of your videos earlier, bro. You cracked me up, bro. You had me rolling, man. I think you're funny. So, yeah, go support somebody that actually goes out there and tells people the truth. Or I guess you could just be lame and not do that. All right, so the revolution will be guided. So I'm obviously going to have to make sure I watch exactly how I say what I'm saying in the stream, because one more strike and I'll be terminated, because the grabblers, apparently, it's up to them whether or not we can build platforms and put like a year or more into our life into it, and then they can just rip it away from you while acting like a publishing company, and so that they can pick and choose on their platform. But at the same time, they get to utilize it as a public platform where they don't have the legal liability of a publishing company by standing behind everything that's on their platform because of some little legislative loophole called Section 230. And then we have a whole lot of people like the goobers over. I don't even want to give this server any airtime, but we have people in certain servers that claim to be flat Earth servers, but really they're just globe zealot, religious, psychopathic servers. And they love to say stuff like, it's a private company, they're allowed to have whatever they want on their platform. Well, actually, no, they're not. So let me break this down for you guys, okay? You cannot discriminate against entire groups of people, right? So that's why a private company cannot turn you away when you go in there and you refuse to wear a mask. This is just objective. If you don't want to wear a mask, a private company cannot refuse to serve you. They cannot refuse to serve entire groups of people, right? You have the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and you have the Disabilities Act of 1990. This covers the religious, the race, the sex, your color, which they actually says like all that, and or medical conditions via 1990. Okay, now they can say if you don't have a shirt on, you can't come in here because that applies equally to all people. But they cannot say that you can't come in here because of something affiliated with your religion or a medical condition. That's illegal. So for all the people going around like, oh, private companies they don't have to serve you. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Now, obviously, these religious zealots think the Earth defies physics and water is convexly around the exterior of a spinning object in a vacuum, while we've already falsified the fact the Earth literally doesn't anywhere. So if the Earth's not spinning and its surface isn't curving anywhere, then what is it? It's obviously an immovable and fixed stationary plane, right? But these people obviously aren't going to get it, right? And if Austin said that the sky was blue, they would argue with this. So I'm not really concerned that much about them, but the people in the truth community that are going around saying, well, it is a private company, blah, 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 that's not ridiculous, you know, because we're going on the front line trying to stand up for your freedom, the one you've given up, just as some blind sheep, and you put your head down and let them just do whatever they want to. We're actually going out on the front line and trying to stand up for you. It'd be real cool if you didn't try to regurgitate misinformation due to lack of understanding and ignorance, and then you try to tell us that, well, they're in the right when they're literally not. Stand up for your rights or they won't exist anymore. That's how it works. I don't know if you guys realize that. Now that I got that out of the way, YouTube obviously thinks they can do whatever they want to, again, because they have this legislative loophole, which is basically fascism, giant companies working with the government. I don't want a fascist country. Well, we already have one. I don't know where you've been. So there's my little greeting to you psychopathic grabblers that monitor my channel. Can you just fall back, bro? Fall back, bro. You probably need to take notes, man. You need to wake up, because we're being conditioned for the mark of the beast if you haven't put that together. So that's kind of what the stream is about. Also, this is what's going to happen. This is speculative. I am not a prophet. I don't know the future, but I do seem to be pretty good with pattern recognition, and so I'm going to try to tell you guys what I think is going to happen, so that we can actually, maybe maneuver it successfully. I hope that it's working. I'm sorry if it's not. No shoes, no mask, no nervous. That's what I'm talking about, bro. I don't even wear shoes in stores, let alone a mask. Yeah, I know, bro. I see. It's hilarious, dude. Your conversation what makes me laugh, bro. All right, so let me make sure we're all good here. Yeah, it looks like I'm literally looks like I'm streaming from 1950. This is wild. All right, here's the deal. What I think is going to happen is they're going to continue. God, I have to be real careful with it. This is so ridiculous, man. I feel like I'm cucking. But okay, so they're going to let it keep getting worse. Okay, they're going to continue to run up this fiat Ponzi scheme, right? This fiat currency Ponzi scheme that is the U.S. dollar, which is little Babylonian magic rectangles made of paper that people basically trade their soul away for. For the love of money is the root of all evil. And they're going to keep running this up because what they want to do is replace it. They want to replace the dollar, bro. If you guys haven't realized that yet, they're going to replace the dollar. It can't not happen. There's no other way. What happened to D-Live streaming? No good. Sometimes it just doesn't work. I don't know. I have to like edit the RCMP every time. And they censored me and took away all my money that people donated and didn't give me any of the subscriber money. So people donated money but didn't get any fun, and they kept the subscriber money and demonetized me, and they censored me even though they're supposed to be decentralized live. So I really don't like D-Live. I think it's trash, and the bandwidth is trash, and the streams are trash, and the quality's trash, and now they done the one thing that they were supposed to be good at. They dropped the ball, right? So but I normally do simultaneously stream. But like I said, we are having some issues with the data. So I don't know. Maybe it's our location. We're in a state park. And I'll get on Wi-Fi in the next couple of days. So much I can do, guys. We're traveling around the country. I don't have Wi-Fi everywhere we go. So I spent, this is $400, which I didn't pay for it. I'm like in a little Graveler debt plan to get it. And I had to add that service, and I have my iPad being financed and that service, and my iPhone being financed and that service. I could have actually utilized an extra iPhone that I used to have and just got service on there, but it's MIA. I don't know. So anyway, this is my opinion of what's going to happen. They're going to continue to run up the inflationary debt, right? Fractional reserve banking. We all know how it works. If you don't, I don't even know why you're here. You're a little behind, bro. But there's never been a fiat currency that actually works, right? Like every fiat currency ever has collapsed in the history of mankind. So this is going to be no different. Now they've actually given you some type of disguise as to a reason why it justifies them doing this. And they told you to be scared of going outside. And people believe that, oh, well, that makes sense. Shut down my business. Save me, government. So pretty much, I don't know that there's really any way that we could reverse this at this point. They're going to let it keep falling apart. They're going to keep passing this crazy off-the-wall laws. They're going to pretend to come get your guns. They're going to threaten your guns. They're never going to take your gun, bro. You guys are going to give them up. You guys are going to leave them in your house and not use them. And then a bunch will give them up, right? They're not taking your guns by force, bro. At least I don't see that even being feasible, okay? They are, however, convincing a lot of people to allow them to invade their body autonomy right now. What exactly is going to happen in a few years based on the people that allowed that happen? I don't know. Again, I'm not a prophet. I do know that giant companies that make predictions about world population don't seem to really have high hopes for the continual population in the next few years. And if you look at America's predicted population in 2025 on this website, it's 1/3 of what it is right now. Probably just convenient little coincidence that we need to get 70% so we can all survive. I hope you are understanding what I'm saying here. It seems to be pretty obvious what I'm saying. So anyway, what they're going to continue to do is to build this nonsense, crazy, psychopathic system up, okay, where they're passing all kinds of laws. Oh, let everybody in the military. Do you identify as a spaceship? You should be in the artillery section. It's getting crazy out here. It's going to continue to get worse. They're going to get everyone dependent upon the government. Everyone's going to be dependent upon government income. They're going to continue to make it basically impossible to keep consistent income within a self-owned business. They're gonna pull the rug out from underneath you, pretend they're gonna let you open up, pull the rug out from underneath you, and it's gonna keep building up. And people are gonna get fed up, and it's will there be riots? Probably. Will there be protests that turn into destruction? Probably. Will they provoke people that want to peacefully protest? Will they throw people in there to actually misrepresent the entire movement? Probably. And all of this will be guided. This is because all the Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution. They don't just create a problem and sit back and be like, I wonder what's going to happen. These people aren't stupid. People are some of the most successful people in the history of mankind, and they have all the power that you possibly imagine. They don't roll the dice and hope it works out. Sure, they're sunk in depravity. They don't really know how everything is going to work out. They live in fear, although they try to convince themselves that they don't. They don't have as much power over us as we give. And they have no power over us other than what we do give them. At the same time, there is a middle ground here. They are stupid, okay, and they're very calculated. So I don't think they're just running around with chickens with their heads cut off. At the same time, they don't know exactly how it's all going to work. But the you know, the spirit, let's say, pulling the strings behind the scenes certainly does know. Okay. So to think that this is just an experimental rollout and they don't know what they're doing, that isn't the case. That is not the case. This is a very calculated move. In my opinion, they're letting you see through parts of it on purpose because they're going to bring in the solution. Now, of course, by June 1st, they said that they're going to release all of the UFO-related documents, okay, per the Pentagon. So, you know, that's probably just a coincidence that during the biggest psychological operation in modern history, they've decided to drop a little cherry on top and said they're going to come out and admit UFOs. Now, almost everyone that's and almost everyone that I know around my age has seen UFOs numerous times. I've seen UFOs numerous times. I've seen 7 in one night. So I know that UFOs are real. What they are, I don't know. In my opinion, I think humans try to replicate these metaphysical entities that are dimensional, and they present themselves with a similar type of object. But there is man-made objects as well, and you could utilize electrical propulsion, i.e. magnetic levitation, to do this. Really isn't complicated. The fact they still tell you that these rocket propulsion to go to a medium that defies the second thermodynamics is laughable. I can't believe you guys seriously think that rocket propulsion is still like an efficient form of travel whenever we've had magnetic levitation, electroglyphic propulsion devices for a long time now. But, you know, whatever, it is what it is. Like, believe what you want to believe. Believe that rockets go into a vacuum next to a pressurized system while you spin, and gravity that coalesces everything in the spheres. Everything came from nothing, and it was proposed by a Jesuit priest, even though it's like the foundation of atheism, supposedly stupid, and there's not even a real atheist. But anyway, here's the point. Okay, so they are flooding us down with psychological operations, but they've actually just set the foundation. If you've been deceived by this, if you've been deceived by what's going on right now, you need to get right with the Creator. You will in no way see through what's coming. And if you've seen through what has happened so far, or you think you kind of have, or you're on the fence, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, because what's coming next, which I'm putting no timeline on this whatsoever, I just know that we're in the end. We're in the end. So suck it up. And what's coming next is going to be wild, okay? The deception will be so great that if it were possible, the earth would be deceived. We're going to see riots, wars, and rumors of wars, and earthquakes, and there's going to be pestilence and famine, and people are going to be killing one another, and there's going to be civil war. There's going to be unrest everywhere. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to be real with you, okay? If you live in the major concrete death jungles where depravity runs rampant and there is no morality whatsoever, and if you stand for Yahuwah, the one true creator, Jehovah, and his son Yahusha, then basically you're already minimalized as a crazy person, and you can believe in just about anything. You can identify as inanimate objects, and you can believe in 17,000 different guys, and you can believe that you're a god or whatever you want to believe, but don't you dare be some spooky Christian, right? Which Christian was a derogatory term used to make fun of the people that follow them. But I digress. Always carry your gun, yeah, for sure. Because if he who doesn't have a sword, let him sell his cloak and one. And our modern day sword is in fact a gun. For real facts, yeah. So I want you guys to really understand what's going to go on. They're going to swoop in here anytime, you know, and I don't know exactly and they're going to save the day. Okay, so the revolution will be guided. Whenever people are starting to revolt over here in Europe right now and the media is not covering it, they want you to know that the media is fake. They want you to know that the media is no good because they're going to replace it. They want you to still be able to see that there are protests, but you have to be diligent to kind of even keep up with what's going on, because they want to condition you to think that you are actually bucking the system, that this is an organic revolution. The revolution will be guided, and after this it starts, it will also be televised. Okay, they want you to truly believe that you're bucking the system, and this is some organic grassroots movement, but it is not. In fact, I bet they're even probably frustrated sometimes. They're like, "What's taking you guys so long? Can you just buck the system? Are you really going to roll over this easy? You haven't even got the home run yet. You don't even know what the curveball is, and you people want for it." At the same time, they're running statistical analysis to see how many people will fold and how easily they will fold, because if you have fold for this, you will undoubtedly not see through the great deception. So I encourage you once again to humble yourself, to get right with the true creator, Yahweh, Yah. That is, hallelujah. Why do you think everyone says that? Okay, why do you think everyone knows who Yahshua is, but everyone tries to tell you that that wasn't his name and that that's not when he was born, or when he was born on December 25th? this, and the scriptures aren't real, and they're actually giving you the Greek versions of the Gospels when there were originally Hebrew versions. Why is this so attacked? Because it helps you see through this, okay? And that's all it comes down to. This is a spiritual war. All the other like bell and whistles mean nothing. This is what it's all about, okay? There's going to be a figure that arises, and I still think it's Donald Trump. I still think it's definitely Donald Trump. I don't know that it is. I just who I think it is. Don't get me wrong. I definitely got my eye on the creepy little grabbler Elon Musk for sure. He's definitely right up there with him. But he is not all the way up there with Donald Trump. So if Donald Trump comes back to power and he's like, you missed me, huh? Yeah, you missed me. All you leftists got what you wanted. Look what happened. Look what happened to your country. Look what happened to where you live. Look what happened to your family. Now you can't feed yourself. Now you don't have access to consistent food or clean water. Look what happened. You want me back, huh? You want me back even though you thought you hated me. And if he comes in that scenario, in that setting, while dropping bombs, telling you that the U.S. government's been super corrupt, the CIA super corrupt, the FBI super corrupt, the media never tells you the truth, which he's already conditionally, prepped you for that, conditioned your mind to accept that he's going to call out the media. And I predicted this on WitsitGetsIt channel, on this channel long ago. I said he's going to pass an executive order to combat social media censorship, and then he literally did it months later. I'm sticking with my prediction. He's going to come back to power. Technically, he can still serve because they tried to get him in his first term, but he was like exonerated. So when the impeachment doesn't work in the first term, technically that term doesn't count. But don't get me wrong, guys. Like, it really doesn't matter if he can serve for 4 years, 8 years, 12 years. Like, there are going to be no more years. There are going to be no more terms. You guys need to realize kind of where we're at in the grand scheme of things. Now, in my opinion, I don't think that he comes back like really soon, in my opinion. I think he could come back in like 2024, run again, and win. And then as he does so, he creates his own media system. He starts telling everybody, look, the only way we can save the economy, which they're going to make much worse. Like, if you want to sell your house, you should sell it this year, right? Like, the economy is going to get worse. The taxes are going to get higher. It's just inevitable. That's what's going to happen. And they're going to continue to cripple small business. Why would a totalitarian entity, right? Because this isn't a person, it's an entity, it's the beast system. Why would they relinquish all of this power that they've gained over the last year? That makes no sense at all. Jared Kushner, born 1/10/1981. Jared Kushner's interesting, but to me, he's just not. He hasn't done enough to be the son of perdition yet. Yeah, he bought 666 Fifth Avenue for $18 billion, overpaid for, which is 6 and 6 and 6. And the sixth floor, he makes microchips, and he's been pivotal in the Middle Eastern peace deal talks. But for me, like, watch out for Donald Trump, bro. That's all I know. Like, watch out for Donald Trump or any of his sons or maybe his son-in-law, and watch out for Elon Musk. I don't think that Jared Kushner, jumped on national TV, beating his chest and bragging about Operation Warp Speed. So for me right now, it says in Revelations 18:23 that the merchants were the great men on the earth, and for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. Sorcery comes from pharmakia. It tells you how everyone's deceived, and this fits the bill pretty well. There will be an update too, in my opinion, but I'm just speculating. I don't know everything, but the reason that I do this is because I'm applying my pattern recognition, which, not to in any way sound arrogant, that's just one of the gifts I think I have. I mean, I'm certainly wrong about things sometimes, but I've actually had that tested, and they do that. So I'm just trying to let you know the patterns are pretty obvious here. Like, they kind of cycle them. They just recycle the patterns. It's called the Hegelian dialectic. They're going to show you all the flaws with the system. They've been doing that for about 5-6 years now. They've been showing you the flaws with the system. They're like, what's the stupidest thing we can make the media say? It's not going to kill you. It's going to kill you. Wear the mask. Don't wear them. I can't even keep up with it. So this is not medical advice, because I have no idea what to do according to even them, because it's hard to even keep up with what they say. They're literally wanting you to realize that you cannot rely on what they say, and that they are not a correct source of information. They want you to know this. Okay, and they want you to realize that we're going to have to move on from the current currency system, and they've put cryptocurrency all over the place. Now, all these cryptos will not be allowed to freely roam wild and free. I can't even see how that is even possibly feasible in this new world that they want to attain. I certainly understand the sales pitch that is the way to combat that, but to think that they could not clamp down on it at all, that isn't being honest. We know that they technically could. Now, you could try to figure out why they may not, but they definitely could. Like, to think it's impossible, I mean, Come on, bro. What if the electrical grid system, like the electric system, goes down? Oh, the electrical grid goes down. Dun dun dun. What'd you do with crypto then, bro? So, and they, of course, it's about what magnetism actually is, so that they could actually keep us dependent upon this electrical grid, because magnetism and dielectricity in the hybrid form of coherency is electricity. That's why people still can't define magnetism or a field in the higher levels of academia. That's right, you globers. Yale can't do it. Harvard can't do it. Princeton can't do it. They can't even define what a field is. It's very easy to define what a field is. It is self-autonomous energy. It's self-governing. It's energy that is perpetual and self-governing. There's only one of them, and it's called a magnetic field. Okay, but they don't want you to know this, because if you could utilize this and tap into it, you'd have free electricity. So we've effectively been dumbed down very specifically, very calculated, so that we won't come up with these pivotal pieces of information that will help us detach from the beast system and be self-sustainable. That you don't even know how to grow food anymore. You dig and you rape the earth over and over. You'd never let the earth rest, even though the scriptures tell you that you're supposed to let the earth rest every 7 years. Every 7 years, based on whenever you do it. It's based on Yah's cycle, which is just now starting to be revealed to some of his people. We've been detached from all of the major truths. You guys don't even know, if you think magic spinning cartoon ball device physics, which most of my viewers are pretty base and aren't in any way that deal, but you don't even know the size of the clock, and trying to tell you signs and wonders and let you know what time you're in, that we're supposed to be able to read it naturally and fully understand it, so we can actually interpret the signs and wonders. Much less do you know how to accurately or efficiently grow food. We don't know how to adequately grow food, bro. We don't know how to adequately attain clean water. Most of us don't even know what clean water is anymore, bro. People actually think fluoride is good for you to drink in your water. People actually think the government just wants you to have pretty teeth, bro. Slow down on your roboting a bit. In a world. Sorry guys, there's not much I can do about it, man. We'll keep the stream short because the service is bad. Crypto's 100% dependent on internet technology, etc. Yeah, exactly. The electric grid goes down, bro. You could literally have $1 trillion in cryptocurrency. It's not going to do anything. I mean, I've heard people come up with speculations. You could use a ham radio and figure it out. I mean, blah blah blah. Buy nothing, make your own. Yeah, exactly. So we've been taught to rape the earth. Right. So here's the point, man. They built up a system where you can't, since the service is bad, I'm going to kind of keep it short. So they built a system all around you, this concrete Babylonian depraved world where you don't know how to defend for yourself. You don't know how to provide for yourself. And we have nothing but gamma males running everywhere. We don't have strong men that are ready to protect and provide for women, right? So like the women in my chat, they need to be protected and provided for. Whether or not they want to admit it, they know deep down that I'm saying the truth. They know that that's the truth. So it goes, yeah, man, woman, child. So if some, okay, all these, I don't need a man. I'm able to do everything on my own. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, if there's 100 women in the room, and then there's me and Chris, right? So Chris and I in a room with 100 women, and something pops off outside, they're all going to turn to Chris and I and ask us what we need to do to survive instinctively. Okay, so we need strong men, honestly, that fear the one true creator, Yah, right? That are able to lead these women. We don't have there's a huge shortage of that. All we have is gammas running wild, bro. We live in a world where gammas are propped up. Oh, you're virtuous because you say it's cool to murder babies. Like, we live in a clown world. We don't have trying to protect for women. We need that. We need that. If you're a believer, you need to be ready to be a warrior. Like, if you're not ready to be a warrior, you're not a man, bro. Like, you're a joke. So if you're not ready for the severity of what's going to happen, that means you're not even going to see the great deception, because it will be so great that if it were possible, the very elect would be deceived. They're going to come in and save the day. It's got to get really bad so they can come in and save the day. If you think it's getting really bad so far, you've seen nothing yet. I promise you. Okay? But the revolution will be guided. But it will be done so impressively and so deceptively, you will think that you came up with your revolution. That is how it's going to work. It's the only way it could work. So they don't come take your guns by force. You leave your guns there. You give them up. Like, I'll never give up my guns. You'll leave them in your cabinet whenever Donald Trump comes back to save the day. So this is how the actual New World Order is attained. You demand it. You beg for it. And because it comes out of fear, right? So fear decapitates and eviscerates logic, and they are going to drown you with fear. Right now, people are scared of something very see-through. Wait till it's not so see-through. How about you try a 5% survival rate? Yeah, try that out. 5% survival rate. So yeah, you're big and tough right now. You see through everything. Wait until there's real plagues that have a 5% survival rate, if that, because the only thing that protects you against the plagues is the mark of Yah. Okay? And then they have something that's supposedly going to cure you of this. You people are going to run to it. And I don't care if you know the earth's flat or not. No one's going to be talking about the earth at that point. It's going to be, how do I survive? How do I get food? And this is not fear porn. If you can't handle this, then you need to spiritually grow up, bro. You need to grow up. The government doesn't come over, kick your door in, and start forcing needles in you and then rounding you up. That isn't how it works. That is not how it works. Although in the end, right, if you don't comply to the mark, which most people will immediately complicit or be compliant, right? Like voluntarily, then they will start to converge on the believers. But it's okay, because you'll have the Spirit of Yah and He'll protect and provide for you. And when you're supposed to go, you're supposed to go. And if you have to die for Him, you actually get a special recognition for that. You people need to start swallowing some of these tough pills, or you can just try to justify putting it off in your mind, where also just a crazy religious person, even though I literally hate religion. I was raised as a Christian Baptist, and I don't in any way associate myself with that. I know all of the modern religions. I actually researched them and read their texts. Most of you guys did none of that. I know the difference. To think that there's nothing outside of the material world, or actually an idiot. You can't even intellectually postulate something viable to explain that. So the truth is that I know what I'm telling you guys is true. I just don't know exactly when it's going to happen. But it's time that you get ready. It's time that you realize it doesn't come with someone jumping out of the ground with pitchforks, breathing fire. It comes looking made, promising peace and pretty, and this is on the coattail of, it getting worse. That's how it works. They're going to come in to save the day. So when all this crazy stuff starts to happen, just wait till they come in to save the day. People are going to fall for it because they're going to be so tired of not being able to have normal lives, not being able to go to your stupid concerts. People actually stopped hanging out with their friends and family because of this. So they just want to go see their family. They just want to go back to normal. They just want to go to the supermarket without having to prohibit themselves from breathing oxygen. They just want to get back to normal, and they're scared. And wait till they really get scared, because there's something really out there just decimating everybody. You're going to have the Spirit of Yah. I mean, you're going to have to humble yourself. Those who humble themselves will be exalted. Those that exalt themselves will be humbled. It is time that you realize how real this is. I don't sugarcoat it for you on this channel, and we all know it. We all know you're in the wrong saloon if you want me to tell you that it's all rainbows and don't worry about it. It's all good to go. Just put on your fancy pants and keep on living. Like, the world hasn't drastically changed so much in a year that you literally could not have told anybody a direct 100% accurate prediction of this last year. Did not think you were crazy. Wait until the next one. So yeah, I sound crazy right now. Just wait, because I did a stream right whenever this all started, and I told you guys. Most of us did. A lot of us did. We told you this is nonsense. It's not going to be 2 weeks. We told you. We told you guys. And now look what's going on. Now a lot of people think that they've seen through it because they can see through the remedial stuff. That's why they're rolling it out so see-through right now. For whenever it is not see-through at all, and it's very deceptive, you'll fall for it. That's all. That's all there is to it. Because right now, you're healthy. Right now, nothing changed. Right now, you don't feel sick. You don't have to worry about anything. Wait until that really high number of survival drops down to basic nothing, and then it progressively gets worse, and then they offer you some type of medical intervention that actually solves this problem. Then we're going to see how tough you are, because the truth is, you will not see the great deception if you don't have the Spirit. There's no other way around it. There's no other way around it. Wait till this UFO disclosure happens, and that's just the beginning, guys. June 1st, aliens don't start. Aliens, which may be interdimensional entities, but it's going to be a psychological operation, right? Because I'll show you this. They're already projecting stuff into this, guys. Like, okay, this is in. Hopefully, y'all be able to see this. Here, I'll just airdrop it. They're already projecting stuff into the sky around the world. So they're going to cast a deception on you in the sky. Okay? And people aren't going to be able to look down anymore. And you don't have to be cool with it, bro. You don't have to believe me. It doesn't change anything. Like, they already have the technology. No, they don't understand. No, they don't have the technology. It's just sitting right there. What is that then? What's that? A literal technology. That's what that is. That is a QR code in the sky. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's right. A couple days ago in Shanghai, a scannable QR code was projected in the sky by drones, and when scanned, download a video game. This is the future of advertising. Oh, you mean the future of the world? The great deception, bro. Okay, and we've been telling you this a long time ago, right? People, oh no, you're a crazy conspiracy theorist. Oh, that's a cool story because they just put a QR code in the sky, bro. I've seen 7 UFOs in one night with my own eyes, bro. I've seen it with my own eyes. So you guys need to really realize what's about to happen. It's going to continue to get worse. They're going to prep you. So, I think we're definitely some years out. That's the way that I see it. Okay, because they've got to get you prepped for all this. So they put a deadline on the UFO disclosure thing. Good night, Twit. And now they're going to say, oh look, there are actually in the sky. Most of it, and they've already basically admitted it for the most part anyway. But the boomers will be forced to accept it. All the ages will be forced to accept how real it is and how it isn't some crazy conspiracy theory that you see things in the sky. Because most of us have already seen them with our own eyes, but a lot of people don't even look in the sky anymore. Most of you haven't even seen a shooting star in years, and all you have to do is look up for a few minutes. You'll see 5. You'll see 5 shooting stars in a matter of minutes. But we don't even look in the sky anymore. Don't worry, it's coming. You're gonna start looking in the sky soon. So just know that it's gonna get pretty crazy. And then whenever these metaphysical interdimensional entities, whatever they tell you that they come telling you all these secrets, and you're really starving, you really have no water, you really have no money, and they show you, look, there's plenty of gold and silver for everybody, but these corrupt people, these elite, this cabal has been keeping all the gold and silver away from you. But here, we're going to facilitate it to all of you. And we've picked a representative for you, and that will be the son of perdition, the man of lawlessness, right? They will give their power over to him. And like, look, here's your new currency. Here's your new media that's 100% true. Like, now you guys can communicate, maybe tap into the augmented reality, can age anymore. And here, you're not going to get sick. We can reverse cell degradation. We don't age. We've transcended death. Now we want to help you to step. Here's how you do it. We're technologically way more advanced than you are. And they will be technologically way more advanced than we are, just like they were back in the day when they first did this deception. So there was Atlantis. Everything was reset. That's the antediluvian world order. Then Babylon was on its way. It got dismantled, as in broken up into different places, and everyone spoke different languages. And the Georgia Guidestones tell you what they want to do. They're going to rebuild Babylon. They want to unify the world with single. And number 3, I believe it is, or maybe it's number 1. They want to maintain the world's population under 100 million perpetual bonds with nature. Okay, then it shows you Babylonian cuneiform was the first one. Then it has like Egyptian hieroglyphics and Sanskrit, and then they got the 8 major languages of now, and it tells you, may these guidestones be guidestones to a new age of reason. They want to go back to a one language, but maybe it'll be telepathic this time, because this will be deception the likes no one's ever seen. This will be the great deception. Okay, so they all get to speak one language. Maybe we start to speak one language in the future, but it isn't us verbally speaking. And then everyone's actually getting sick. Everyone's actually lost a lot of their loved ones. Actually found out the government hates you, that man is super corrupt, that the government's been lying to you about everything, that you can't trust anything, you can't get consistent food supply, you can't get clean water, the air's not clean, they're blocking out the sun. They can hit you with all kinds of stuff, and then they swoop in, boom, they give you the solutions to all of this, and they have a central figure propped up to do it. So the revolution will be dynamically taking this evolutionary step spiritually to your own awakening, because it'll be guided. It's the Hegelian dialectic. It isn't complicated. But there you go. Since the service isn't very good, and I can see it's not very good, I hate doing things where I look like I'm on an Atari or something. So there you go. There's my take on that. Just don't fall for it. A lot of these people are starting to revolt, are starting to protest. This is all part of the plan. And if you can't feel it deep within you that this is scripted, then you need to take a step back and rethink this. Yeah, even the supposed revolution and the protests are scripted. It's all scripted. It's all part of the plan. Hope everyone's having a good night. Sorry, I'm literally wrapping it up because my service is trash. So yeah, I love you guys. It's only 40 minutes, but like I said, we'll get to a better location with better service next time, and we'll make sure that the stream is good. Because this thing doesn't have good service right now. It's not really that this thing isn't good. It's just that Verizon, none of my devices have good service, and I'm having to stream using the data I pay for, which is quite expensive. But I just don't have good service, so it is what it is. I still wanted to let you guys know. Aging is due to poisoning, not natural. Well, we do actually die. I don't know about aging. Yeah, I can't really say too much, but we definitely die. No. We can hear you. It's fine. Yeah, I know you can hear me, but I just looked at it. It looks terrible. So for replay value, it's pretty terrible. And it's all good. I got it out. You heard what I have to say. This is using up a bunch of the data, and it's not even good. So for me, that just doesn't make any sense. I love you guys, and I'll let you know what's going on, okay? I also don't want to cross over with my homies. I feel we should fight with violence. I don't know. Now, you should just be ready to fight to defend yourself, right? And the men need to be warriors, but not if you're not right with the Creator, because your fight will be a futile pursuit destined to oblivion. You've got to get right with the Creator. There's one true Creator, okay? Yah, the Father, Abba, the Father. He's a true Creator, the Father of the Scriptures. They've been heavily tainted. I get it. All you have to do is humble yourself and tell him you really want him to reveal himself to you if he's the real Creator, and you're willing to actually act accordingly. You're willing to change your life. You want him to reveal. Use some assertion. Stop being so weak. Everyone's so weak nowadays. It's repulsive. Fear is repulsive. Dude, just assert that you want to know and be sincere and genuine. And when you say it, be about it. Like, if you really are about it, be about it. Are you willing to repent and change and adhere to your convictions, or you just want to keep doing what you're doing while being able to talk a good game? You have to be willing to actually heed correction and change and apply discipline. And if you ask for him to reveal himself to you, the true Creator, not based on your stupid religious confinement, none of that nonsense to confirm your bias because men have told you all kinds of nonsense about the Bible, or that you want to confirm your bias outside of the Bible, nothing like that. As for the true Creator, Abba, the Father of the Scriptures, there is one true Messiah, Yahshua. He came for you. This is very real. They know that. They hate him. They hate you. This is a spiritual war. They know they can't come back. They're trying to take everyone down with them. If you think the great deception comes in the form of psychopathic Joe Biden, then you're not really understanding how this works. Everyone gets deceived into taking the work. Everyone gets deceived at the end. So it's time that you sharpen your sword, and I'm talking about your spiritual sword, so that you have discernment and wisdom to see through this. I'm getting my first Bible. Awesome, bro. Glad to hear. If you've never really read it, honestly, I wouldn't even mind. I would say maybe get something that's easier to read. Like, I have a scriptures version. If you want to get a couple of them, that would be awesome. You can get a scriptures like an ESV and run it by. ESV is pretty easy to understand. You can get the New King James, I guess, if you want to. I actually think ESV is a little better than King James in certain ways. But either way, you want to cross-reference, ask other believers, but you want to pray for discernment. He will speak to you and show you what you need to work on. He spoke to me through an NIV Bible. So don't worry too much about the translation, but you don't want to know NIV or the message, so that way you can keep it, and it be important to you and special to you, and you can grow with it. There's also the Sefer, which has more books, a little bit harder to understand for people as well. There you go. There's my take on that. I love you guys. I'll read the donations. Well, I'll just see if there are any right now. It's a pretty short stream. I doubt there are. There actually are. I forgot to read this from the beginning. Tyler, thank you very much for the donation, bro. Much love, much appreciated. Masquerade Tour. Indeed, indeed. And thank you for the generous donation from Truth T Share. Something for the tour. Keep crushing. Oh, Kingdom of Context. My man, much love, bro. I try to keep everyone where everyone doesn't know who they are, but I don't know. I just read the messages. Thank you, man. Much love for that. It's very, very appreciated, bro. And I think that you're the one crushing, my man. All right. Yeah, the tours. I've solidified that it's gonna keep going, man. I just sold literally all my possessions out of my house for like a lump sum of basically nothing. So I'm all in. I was called to go out here into the world, and I want you guys to just realize that it's time that we really get right. And this is the great divide. Not everyone has eyes to see or ears to hear, but we still need to spread the seeds. Like, that's what we have to do. We have to plant the seed, and we have to be bold, and we have to yell it from the rooftops, and we have to do our part, because there's someone there that needs to hear it. There's someone that's being called there. A lot of you people are being called here, but you've been pushed away by modern man's religion. Don't worry. It's okay. He understands that. A lot of us were as well. He loves you. He wants you to just humble yourself, and everyone's going to grow. I don't know it all. I don't have it all figured out. I'm still growing, but he loves you. He just wants you to humble yourself. Those that humble themselves will be exalted, but those that exalt themselves will be humbled. You have to be sincere, and he's going to help you get through this. And trust me, you want to get right with him, because you're going to need the spirit of Yah. That's what it comes down to. So, in conclusion, basically the summary of the stream is, via Hegelian dialectic, the great deception will swoop in on the hills of disaster, and the revolution will be guided, and the entire deception itself will be able to, as a macro, will be convincing you that you did this, that you demanded it, that our consciousness got to such a high level that we were able to bring us into this ascended state, that they were able to come in and guide us with all of these secrets to the world and secrets to this new world that's going to get rid of illness and cell degradation and all this other crazy stuff. And I know it sounds like a science fiction novel. That's why it works, right? Because Yahshua was like actually approached, and he specifically said that if it were possible, even the very elect would be deceived. That's how great the deception is, and that the days shall be shortened for the elect's sake, because no flesh would survive. So it's time to man up. We need strong men to protect and provide, and you need to get to where you actually know. Like, I know this is the truth. Like, my brothers and sisters know this is the truth, and that way you can stand right there. And when they say, "Look, I'm going to decapitate you if you don't take this and denounce Yah," you say, "Go for it, bro. I get a crown, bro. I'm good." All right. I love you guys. I'm going to catch up with you on the flip side, like a coin toss. Seek and speak truth unequivocally. We'll get better service, and I'll be able to share videos and stuff like that. But I just didn't want to leave y'all hanging with no stream. So we'll probably have better service tomorrow, hopefully, and then we'll get to some Wi-Fi soon. We're going to go do some more documentation of the Georgia Guide Zones. If you live close to there and you want to meet up at the Georgia Guide Zones in a couple of days, then hit me up. If you're in Atlanta area, I know it's short notice. I haven't got to put all the dates together, but if you're in the Atlanta area, we're going to go eat tomorrow. So you can email me at wits@protonmail.com. We can all meet up and eat. We got a couple flat earthers, I think, that are going to meet up. And then we're going to go to the Georgia Guidestones, and then to the Carolinas, like Greenville area. So if you're in the Carolinas, we have a few people that hit me up in the Carolinas already. Just hit me up. And yeah, we'll link up. And then if you want to support the tour, $, WitsitGetsIt at Cash App, Witsit at ProtonMail on PayPal, and you can just go to masqueradetour.com to donate or to contact. And thank you to all the donations. You guys are the best. You guys are the confirmations in a way that that it's feasible to keep this going. And really, the truth is, pretty much over like the lack of faith when it comes to like financial stability about this. I know for a fact that this is what he wants me to do. So, all right. Just seek and speak truth unequivocally. The weak find contentment in the consensus of ignorance, and get right with Yahshua and Abba the Father, because he loves you and he's just waiting for you, because, basically he's not going to force it upon you. And actually that's beautiful, although people in the carnal mind can't fully understand it and want to look at it like it's a negative. So I'll catch up with y'all later. Hope that didn't actually end it. All right. Yeah. Wait. All right. Yeah. So I love you guys. Peace out.
That's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Rappers acting, say they high, say they simple pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up, had to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in the field. That's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Took the way you saw the world, then distorted it. Now you think you wanna rock and twirl, somewhere orbiting. Theories disproportionate, the truth distorted quick with a forceful grip. They force a misinfo that we absorbing quick. Took the people's signature, the mean extorted it. They forging it, if news anchors informants who informing them. There's a surplus, but they tell us there are shortages. Credit economy mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this report, and ships important. Yes, of course it is, but extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks we ignoring, which informing this, informing this. It looked like we were snoring tricks. Pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically, we in a field. That's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Rappers acting, say they high, say they sip with pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up just to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field. That's for Israel. Wonder, is it real?